Ramin, lead the charge.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Coming to an end. It's Geekonomics, everybody. We're back. Ah,
Sorry. I'll cut that out.
jeez. 10 cities.
So that's Dan Wise, the creator and producer.
Yes.
Game of Thrones. Tom Monroe from Audio Slave, Rage Against the Machine. Scott Ian of Anthrax. Nuno Bentcourt from Extreme. Brad Paisley. All doing the Game of Thrones theme song.
All
on
super
guitars.
fans of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
All super fans.
Really cool.
Yeah.
So, Mark, it's been a hot minute. We haven't done a show in a very long time.
Since the end game happened.
Yeah, which I've already seen. I've seen a second time.
I have as well. I saw it in Niagara Falls.
Oh, you did?
I did. I took
well,
to see it.
You went to Niagara Falls, but we have to talk about your wedding. You got married.
I got married. I got a ring in my finger and everything.
We're ring buddies.
We're ring buddies. The Fellowship of the Rings.
Fellowship of the Rings.
Claire gets mad every time I bring it up. She says I can't call it the ring, that one ring to rule them all, one ring to bind them.
Why?
Because she gets mad. She's like, stop it. That's stupid and nerdy.
I don't think she really gets mad.
She kind of gets a little annoyed. I'll admit it. She's probably yelling at her phone right now as I say this. Anyways, I'll get yelled at later.
I don't know what's going
I got
on.
married.
We got married, and it was a wonderful wedding, and I had a great time.
I think
everybody had a great time.
Not tooting my own horn or anything, but toot. I've decided that I had the best wedding ever.
Well, of course, it was your wedding.
Yeah, but
it had to be the best wedding ever for
from
you.
the consensus of people that were at the wedding.
Yeah,
everyone has said it was their favorite wedding they've been to. So
yeah, I mean,
I'm going with it's the best wedding that ever happened.
I mean, from all the weddings I've been to, I would say yours, John's,
and Bobby's. Bobby's was good too.
Yeah, but I put yours and John's higher than Bobby's.
Oh, well.
No offense, Bob.
Well,
Bob's was like okay. So let's.
Brian Medore had a great wedding too. I guess you weren't at that.
I didn't go, so
it was a great wedding.
1 to 10.
Yes.
Yours and John's were 10s.
Wow.
I would say Bobby was a 9.
Yes.
And no, that's like saying something between an A and A plus.
Yes.
Really. I'm just saying you two were my favorites. Bob was definitely a favorite, but just a little below that.
Yeah.
And then everything else was good. They're all great weddings. But,
all weddings are fun.
Yeah.
It's just some are funner than others.
Well, if they're family weddings, then they're kind of boring.
Yeah.
I've been to family weddings, and they're boring. But I say you, John, and we'll throw Bobby right there too. I think those are my 3 favorites.
Yeah.
I think why I say John and yours over Bobby's, only because I like.
We were the best man at both of them.
It had nothing to do with it, but maybe.
You got to give speeches at both of them. That may be why.
Why? I don't know.
John's was nice.
Maybe I remember. Maybe
John's was all in one location.
Yeah.
Which is what helped his.
Yeah. So
which is why I liked his.
Yeah.
And Bobby's too. The other reason why I liked his.
I'll say you guys are the top 3. I changed my mind. You know why? I just say all 3 of you were my top 3.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm picking and choosing. I'm like, why am I picking? Yeah, Bobby's was up there
Bobby's
too.
was really good. I liked Bobby's.
Yeah.
At the barn.
At the barn. Yeah. It was
we did the barn thing too. That's where I stole the idea from.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like we were talking while we were driving to Niagara Falls, is like there was nothing that we could think of that we would have changed. Yeah. Like everything was exactly how we wanted it.
Good. That's all that matters.
Everything was good. Everything was, and I will say to her when she comes back for vacation, I know I didn't really want somebody there doing video, and Sandy ended up doing video.
Yeah.
And now I'm actually glad that she did, because we got to actually see things that we didn't see.
Oh, you watched the video?
Yeah, I already edited it and everything, and Claire's already watched it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she loved it.
Cool.
Yeah.
It was so funny because Sandy, God bless her heart,
Yeah.
she doesn't use the viewfinder, the little tiny
No,
screen.
she does the little thing.
So she reminded me of the guy from Lost Highway who has the camera in his eye.
Only you will get that, or you and like the 4 people that in your little.
Actually, I
friend group will get that.
texted to Ben. I go, Sandy, the whole time I sent him the picture, and he thought it was funny. It's because she's like old school. She
reminded me of the mom from Mean Girls.
Yeah, you can't use
Amy Poehler.
the
She just had the little
viewfinder.
thing, and she's like there, like, oh my gosh.
Literally, I saw that camera glued to Sandy's eyeball the entire wedding, which is fine.
It was great though, because we got to see Claire got to see the girls coming down the aisle.
Oh,
which
nice.
she couldn't see.
Right.
I got to see everyone's entrances, and she got to see it as well because we couldn't see those.
Yeah, because we were behind the door waiting to go out, and
so we actually get to see like everyone else's like entrances.
yeah.
Yeah. Yours is quite epic. High fiving every person you got your hand that you could see.
Well, that was me and Sarah. I said, let's just high five people because we couldn't think of anything. I'm like, oh, just high five everybody. So that was fun.
I was quite impressed with my own entrance.
Yeah, you guys were a good one. You raised the roof, right? You did the woo.
Well, it's actually the wrestler's move that he does when he enters.
Oh.
He does the like raises his arms and
Oh.
like he's glorious.
All right.
And he spins around on a turntable.
I see. I don't know any of those references. To me, it was pretty epic, though.
It was,
without knowing the reference.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool.
And then you did the War and Peace of Best Man speeches. I turned to Claire as you were doing the first half. I'm like, oh my God, this dinner's coming soon.
You said that. You said that. I'm like,
well, I said it to her first. She's like, don't say it out loud. And like, you were like, oh, that's just my fun speech. This is my real. I'm like, oh my God, Brian, let's wrap this up.
wow, it wasn't that bad.
I was like,
I had to give a heartfelt
I was
speech.
like, I was tempted. I said to Claire as you were doing the first part, I'm like, when do I turn to the DJ and start playing the walk-off music?
Oh, stop.
She's like, leave him alone.
You liked it.
It was good.
I couldn't just have a
Best
goofy
Man Mad
speech.
Libs.
Yeah.
It was good.
That was a lot of fun. It was a good time.
You might hear that at the end of the show. If I get the clip and throw it on the end of the show.
I thought you had it ready.
I didn't do it. I was going to bust your balls and say I had it, but I don't have it yet.
Oh.
I could throw it on the end of the show.
If you want to.
It's up to you. I don't want to.
Well, just post the show as is. Maybe
Okay.
in the future.
We can do. It's a long speech.
Yeah. We'll save it. If you put
The
it,
Gettysburg Address called and said, wrap it up.
if you have the file, we can add it
I
to
have
a
the file.
future.
I have everything. I got the whole thing.
All right, we'll think about it.
The whole Mad Libs.
Yeah. I wanted to do something special and different.
Yeah.
Claire
Claire randomly said to me
What?
last week, when after we got back from honeymoon, she's like, I've been thinking about it. I'm like, what? She's like, in Brian's speech, when did you guys ever go to Bookends? I was like, we never went to Bookends. I've never been inside Bookends.
That was part of the Mad Libs.
Allison just threw Bookends in there.
Actually, it was the people at the table.
Well, I figured it was someone.
I think it was Kristen.
Yeah. I was like, that's probably something they threw in. I've never been there. I know people who've worked there, but I've never been inside.
Yeah, that's why it was Mad Libs.
Yeah.
I didn't know what we were gonna get.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
And the whole day I was actually like, I had one beer, but I'm like, I just, this is on my mind. I gotta get over this. I gotta get done, and then I'll have a great time.
I could tell. I said to them a door. I think we were either standing somewhere. I can't remember where it was exactly, but I was turned to my door and I said to him, I go, just keep an eye on Brian. He looks like he's gonna pass out from stress soon.
Why?
You just had like this look on your. I looked at you at one point as we were in the hotel before we left, and you had like this, like I saw that look that you used to get when we would do like live things for the radio.
Why? I had laser focus.
And you get like, it's laser focus, but it's also like you get like a stress thing that you get like, you don't like talking in front of people. I know you don't like talking in front of people.
No, I don't. But as soon as I started, I was totally
I know.
fine.
That's what I said. I was like, I'm proud of him. He's out there. He's doing it. Look at him go. He started wandering around the room.
Yeah, I had a great time.
Playing it up. You were doing it.
I had fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Everybody liked it.
It was great.
Yeah. I mean, overall, it was a lot of fun. Man, I was like, it's so crazy to think we met you at 1 p.m. and I got home, it was like 10:30.
Yeah.
It was I was beat. I was so tired.
How do you think I felt?
Yeah. What time did you go?
I didn't get to the room till like 2.
2? When did the last people leave? Or
Well, the thing wrapped up at 10:30ish.
Yeah.
But then we had that room that we were in before the wedding.
Yeah.
We had that room till 9 the next morning, technically. So, like, Claire's cousins and her stepdad and Jonas, we all migrated there.
Yeah.
And that's where we opened up all the cards and
Geez.
gifts and everything.
You
So we
did
did all that.
that
We did
that
that
night?
right then.
Wow.
Yeah, because it was like at Sarah. I guess when Sarah got married to Jonas, Claire was her matron of honor, and that's what they did. They went back to the room and opened up all the gifts, and Claire wrote everything down for her.
Oh,
So Sarah wanted to do the same thing for Claire.
that was very nice.
But we did pretty good. I
Yeah.
say, we got quite the haul.
I have to imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
Getting married is like after you get the wedding cards with money,
Yeah.
you almost say to yourself, "Man, I want to get married again."
I know. That's what I said to Claire. I'm like, wait, we should do this again next year.
Yeah, seriously.
Pay for something else.
Yeah, I mean,
Papa needs new windows in the house. Let's get this going again.
yeah, I mean, last year, we didn't ask for anything, but we got a lot of cards with money, which was very nice of everybody, even though we didn't ask for it, and that helped us pay for our honeymoon, when we went away.
That's what we did.
So it works out.
Yeah.
It's great. And I think, personally, I always think it's best. Nobody needs another toaster oven.
Which I did get a toaster from somebody.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was, but someone gave me a Star Wars toaster.
All right. I did the pass there.
I haven't sent the thank you cards out yet, but I know he listens to the show, so you can tell her. Bobby's, I'm assuming it was Jess, because it said it was from the Keglers. Took an old window and redid it and put Star Wars stuff in the inside of it and put our names with May the 4th on it and everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bobby. I think Bobby did that.
Yeah, so
because
I think it was that
Bobby wanted to
group.
show us the gift, and I was like, "Are you going to show it to us?" And he never got a chance.
Oh, but yeah, so
That's awesome.
yeah,
Really cool.
yeah, and someone gave us a Star Wars toaster. I don't remember who gave us everything, but I know what stuff we have because it's still at the house.
Yeah.
I do know my neighbor Debbie Daviduke did a stained glass picture frame, which is really awesome. The Mizumichis gave us this huge wooden clock that says the Warnocks on it.
Oh,
So that's hanging in the living room already.
cool.
So yeah, but we also got people gave us
Yeah.
stuff besides that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like Claire and I both have said, it's it was just a great dynamic. Everyone got along with everybody. There was no issues. No one had any
Yeah.
Sometimes you get things happen. But no, that happened. Everyone was cool. Everyone had fun.
Yeah.
Everyone seemed to have a great time.
I don't
which
think
is
I've
all
ever
we
been.
wanted.
I've never been to a wedding where people were.
No, but I'm just saying, you
dysfunctional.
never.
That only happens in the
worry.
movies,
You
I
always
think.
worry about those things, But it was just great to see everyone just having a great time. I can't remember. I think Brian Medore, someone told me just take a moment. I think it might have been my cousin Jimmy said, just take a moment and sit at the table and look out and everybody and just enjoy that moment.
Yeah.
If all those people are there for you
Yeah.
and just
Right. Yeah, you should.
take it all in kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I really got to do that when I was sitting by myself at the table when everyone else ditched me.
When?
In the middle of the salads, you had went to go talk to Allison.
Yeah.
Sarah went to go take. Emmy was having a little minor breakdown. Her daughter.
Yeah.
And then Beth went somewhere. My sisters went to somewhere
Well, I think it was beer time too.
or something. And then Medore got up to talk to Amanda about something.
Yeah.
And so then I looked over and it was John and Josh were sitting at the end.
Yeah.
And they decided to go get a beer at that exact moment. And so there's a photo the photographer took of me, and a lot of people, it's floating around. And I posted it. I sent it to Claire. It's hilarious. It's literally just me sitting at the table by myself, just sitting there, and no one else there. I'm just alone.
So what you do is you take that photo, and I'll post it on Reddit, and I'll say, had a wedding, no one showed up, and then you'll get all these sympathy people sort of GoFundMe. You want more money, man? You'll make millions. Had wedding,
It's just
no one showed up,
it's
even
just-
my future wife, and it'll just be you,
Yeah,
and just be you.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That's a hilarious photo.
We'll make up this whole thing.
I said it's the most funniest photo I've ever seen ever.
I gotta see this photo.
Second photo.
What about Claire? Where was she?
She was off. I think she went to have a cigarette or something.
All right, so
But it's just me sitting there by myself at the table. And I just was yep, this is what had happened to me at my wedding. So the photographers, so John, of course, like took a photo of it. And
Yeah, the photos that I saw online were really good. I like.
yeah, there's some. Yeah,
They're
Claire's
good.
posted a couple photos already of the previews.
I did. I like the photo booth was really cool.
The photo booth, yes.
Because I
They
like
gave
that it was
us-
open. It was an open photo
Yeah,
booth.
that's what I wanted. I didn't want the closed one.
Right.
So, and it just gave more people don't have to like feel like they were inside a thing.
And I like the fact that like you can get it texted to you or it prints it right out. And those poor people, you know, that were working it, they got to eat too. So they're like, yeah, you guys can do what you want, and it'll print it out, and we can eat. And but yeah, that was great. I like that.
Yeah, they're actually a friend of one of the guys that does go-karts. That he grew up with them, and they had him at one of the last year's go-kart banquet in Pomfret. For their banquet, it was down in Norwich, and it was there. And I was like thinking to myself, So, and Claire had mentioned how she wanted one because Mador had one at his, but he had just like the regular like one you see at like the Big E or any of those places.
Yeah,
just
it's a booth.
Yeah,
But you can only
This is
fit
a
like
little bit more.
you can only fit like 3 or 4 people.
you can fit 2 basically in there, and that's about it.
That's small.
Yeah,
Because Eric had one at his wedding, and I remember we crammed like 7 people in there.
Yeah,
but
so
it
I was
was like
yeah.
crammed.
And I'm a big dude, so I was like, that's not going to work at my wedding.
No.
I can't have that happen. So yeah, so I looked into it, and it wasn't that expensive either.
No.
And they're great. Little black photo booth.
Yeah, they were good.
They're
Highly
on,
recommend.
They're on the Facebook and online. They do a great job. At the end of the night, they give you a thumb drive with all the photos they took.
That's
the
awesome.
The 3-box design kind, and individual like single shots.
Wow.
So we had like over 100 of that.
Oh my God.
And then John sent me the thing yesterday with the preview of the photos. And there's over 1,000 photos that they took
Yeah.
that we got. So
That's cool.
yeah, we had a lot of photos. But
Nice.
the photo booth photos are the best photos. And for us, it was because we knew what was going on with John and Andrea's photos. But with the photo booth photos, it was like a huge surprise. We had no idea. So that Sunday, we were sitting in the hotel at where we had the reception because we stayed till Monday.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there, and I brought the laptop downstairs to the bar area, and we sat there and looked at all the photos, and it was just kind of crazy to see everyone's different photos and
Nice.
all the groups that people that had taken photos together and everything.
Yeah, we did the Stafford picture.
Yeah.
There's a Wolfpack picture,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah. And then like some folks went back a couple times, like Mador, and then went back like 3 or 4 times.
Oh yeah, I must have done some.
Yeah,
I
you went
have.
with like the group, all the table went
Yep.
a couple times. So it was fun to see like all the different groups that like had went over there.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I must have like 6 hanging on my fridge right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, awesome job.
Yeah, so that's what Claire and I had said like that was like something that we wanted to have, so like people could take things with them, like they're like a little added
Yeah.
besides the favors, this little thing.
I have to say my favorite thing is the key. The key, you guys put keys on the
Yes,
place
everyone got a
mats.
key at their seat.
Now, the reason I like this key is it looks like a key,
Yes,
but it's
it looks like an old skeleton key.
right, but it's a bottle opener.
It is a bottle opener.
And I have never found the perfect bottle opener to have in my keychain.
Yes.
Now I do.
Yeah.
So I think it's awesome. Like someone gave me a bottle opener when I worked at Chi-Chi's.
Yeah.
Right? Now, it was long, pointy, sharp, and when you
Put it in your pocket, it stabbed you.
yes, and then when you hold it, it looked like a
knife,
man
yeah.
peeing.
Ah.
His wiener was bending down. When you turn upside down, that was the part that would flip
gotcha.
open the bottle cap.
Yeah.
But when you hold it, it was like a guy with his wang hanging out.
Yeah, you don't want that.
And I had that in my 20s. I don't
Yeah.
need that in my 40s.
No.
But yeah, this is great. I love it.
Yeah.
So now I actually can open bottles.
And we have tons extras because you had to buy a certain amount of them.
Oh God.
And we had to buy like 250 of them.
Oh.
We only had like 100 some odd people come,
so what you do is
we have a slew of those. We have a lot of extra stuff if people want any favorite things. We got that. We have have a whole collection of things. We have our save the date magnets, the invitations we got extras of.
Yeah.
Because we had to buy them all in like increments
Bulk.
of a certain thing.
Right.
So
Yeah, you'll have those for a long
get the
time.
cheap deal.
Just add one of those keychains to like every Christmas present.
Well, so yeah, that's
every
what I said to
present
Claire.
you
We're just
do.
gonna, like send them out with people. Just here's a key. You have a key.
I bet you could sell it on eBay. I bet you someone would buy a bulk that's looking for it.
Yeah, but I just like it was a cheaper deal to buy a lot of them as opposed to.
Yeah. So
Less.
Mark, A lot of news has happened.
Yes. Besides me being married.
Except, the only news that matters is you
Yeah.
getting married. But Game of Thrones had started, and now this Sunday is the final episode.
Yes.
I don't know if we'll be back in the studio after Sunday.
Well, it will be. Just we're not sure when. Because we have Memorial Day. Well, next week is a regular week.
Right. Monday, I should be here.
Okay.
I think I have a meeting that night. I think.
right.
I'll double check.
Yeah.
So we may or may not be in the studio next week.
Yeah. Then the week after that's Memorial Day, so we definitely won't be in that week.
No, but if we see Brightburn, which you may or may not go.
Yeah, I'm probably not.
If I go to Denny's with the guys, I might record something. That
Yeah.
might be a
There
Memorial
you go.
Day
That's
show.
a good thing.
We haven't done them. It's been busy.
It's been busy. I've been planning a wedding. It feels weird. I don't know if you experienced this after you did yours.
Yeah.
Like that first couple weeks after you get married,
Yeah.
it's like I feel like I'm like slacking off. Like I should have things I have to accomplish,
Yes.
but I don't.
You feel like
It's
you're
all
always.
done.
You
So
feel like
it's
you're
like-
always on the go.
Yeah.
You're always on the move, and then when it happens, you're almost like, now what?
Yeah, exactly. It's like I should have something to do.
Right,
I need
right.
like a plan.
It
Like, I
does
need to
take
be
up a lot of your time.
planning something.
Right.
I'm not sure what I should be planning.
Just
but
enjoy
it,
it
should be
now,
something.
and no, yeah, because you've been planning for so long.
It's been a year.
Right. That's a long
Like
time.
literally, like after we came back from Disney last year, we got
starting.
engaged at Disney.
Yeah.
We were already figuring out the date and everything and what's going on and what we're planning on doing. Claire was already buying like the background that we had. She had bought that like the week we came back from Disney, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we didn't do like most people and wait a couple years after we got engaged. We just like get this over with. Let's get it done.
Yeah, you just get it done.
We're not getting any younger, so to speak.
So, this season, Game of Thrones,
Yes, Game of Thrones.
has
It's gone quick.
it's entertaining. It's great.
Yes, a lot of action.
It's, in my opinion, going too quickly. I feel
I
like
agree.
it should have been longer.
It could be stretched out more, which is crazy to say since the episodes are so long. But it seems like they're trying to jam too much stuff into that short,
6 episodes.
so that amount of episode
right.
count, I should say.
In this final episode, I mean, last week I thought it was going to be 2 hours. It was an hour and a half, an hour and 36 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this one's going to be 2.
This is the longer
hours.
one, I think.
But
I don't know, because I know the Winterfell one was long.
that was an hour and a half.
Yeah.
They've all been about an hour.
I know there
and
was
a half.
like a couple, there was one that was like a couple that were supposed to be like close to 2 hours.
That's this.
So I think this one is that one.
Right.
But I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like since I've seen Endgame, time doesn't equate anymore. Like watching something for a long period of time, like I used to be like, oh my God, you want me to watch this for 2.5 hours?
One game really.
Now it's like, oh, 3 hours? That's nothing. I could do that.
They did a great job of.
I feel like an hour and a
entertaining us.
half.
Yeah, but I don't know. I really feel it's Arya's going to be someone important. Bran might not do anything because he's pretty much incapacitated. I mean,
he's in Winterfell.
yeah, but Bran's not going to do anything.
But I'm saying he's not where they are right now.
Right, but anything can.
So
happen.
is Sansa.
You're right.
So I think we've seen the end of they might do the Return of the King stuff.
We're going to see where they
Like
are
at the end, like here's where they all like what happened to them all kind of thing.
Yeah, they're going to play like the 80s music
Yeah.
at the end of the montage
Yeah.
and have little words at the bottom.
Bow.
Cersei.
Sansa went on to become a supermodel.
Yeah, and then
marry Jonas brother.
right. Yeah, like stuff like that. Bran, he put himself inside a turtle and hasn't left ever since.
Bran became a crow and now flies around the world.
Here's something I was thinking about. Could Bran? We haven't seen anybody use their so-called powers. Arya's not.
Supposedly since the
Arya's
end
not
of,
worn her face at all.
No, but supposedly since the end of the Battle of Winterfell, magic is no longer a thing.
Well, because the Red Queen died.
Yeah.
Yes, but Arya has.
So there's also like that
that's not
theory of
magic.
is that why is Jon Snow gonna die?
No,
because
that's
of that
stupid
whole
theory.
thing?
That was John's theory.
Yeah.
Here's why that theory doesn't work. She used magic to resurrect him. The
Yes.
magic is not keeping him alive.
No, he's
He-
actually breathing and
Right.
has a heart.
Right. If
They didn't like phlebotomize him and then bring him back.
right. So
He's not like a zombie.
the magic resurrected his heart to go
He's not
back.
like the mountain.
Yeah. He is living.
Yes.
Magic went away. John, he's just gonna die. No, if
That's why when it hit his chest, he like
winced.
Yes. No, because a huge man hit him in the chest. That's
yes,
why.
and he has a scar there.
Yeah. And I would wince too if a big man hit me in the chest.
Jon Snow is alive, okay? Because if the magic died, he literally would have hit the ground when she died.
Yes.
That makes no sense
just
that he
like
would
when
just...
the Night King died, all the zombies died.
Right. Yeah, it makes no
or
sense.
whites, whatever they call them.
I don't know. Would it be cool if Bran somehow got inside the dragon and turned the dragon?
That's not a crow, though.
He can go into living things.
I think that's too much.
Why? He can go into animals. All animals.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
It would be kind of cool though.
I think Arya's just gonna kill Dany somehow.
Now, here's the thing though. Do we really want to see Arya take another big hit? Or do we want Jon Snow to actually get some action?
I don't think Jon Snow can do it.
I know.
Not only is he killing his girlfriend, he's also killing his aunt, which is creepy.
But he literally just saw what she did. And
Can I say one thing off of that?
What?
I've watched like the reaction videos from the this last Game of Thrones episode.
Why?
Well, just because it's interesting. Because after the White Walker one, I kind of got into watching it. It's fun to see people's reaction to Arya killing the Night King.
Yeah.
But so I watched the one this past one, and I even thought it as I was watching the episode. It's weird that we cared so much about Jaime and Cersei's death, and like got emotional about them dying. They're like an incestuous couple, and that's kind of strange to be like, oh, their love and blah blah blah. If you think about it, if you think too much about it, it's not good.
I like Jaime.
Well, I do too. But if you think too much about, if you get too much thought into it, it gets weird. It gets strange.
If you can say the same thing about Dany and
that's what
Jon.
I'm saying. Same thing.
Right.
Like when Dany and Jon, once you found out what the deal was there.
But Jon felt the way
like,
we felt,
ew.
and Jon was like, "Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. You're my aunt."
Yeah. Awkward.
Here's the thing about Jaime though, is very interesting. He had such great arc of turning and like becoming. He still had morals, and he's becoming a better person. And then all of a sudden, it was just like I thought he was
instant.
He was just like, I gotta go back to Cersei.
Why?
That was his Achilles heel.
But I just didn't get it.
A lot of people didn't. I mean, he turned.
There's a lot about this season that it's just like they just kind of like, oh well, she has to die with Jaime, so we got to find a way to get him back.
I mean,
or hey, we have to kill someone to make Dany mad. Let's just randomly grab some useless character and have their head chopped off.
Well, I agree on that part. I'm not going to say she was not a useless character. It was someone she cared about.
This part of her being there is useless. Why is a pacifist going on a boat with the Unsullied into a war zone?
And why
that makes no sense.
But why did they?
Why would they take her with her?
Why did they?
You're basically taking a civilian with you just for hoo-has. Why wouldn't she be with Dany?
Bad writing there. I would say it's bad writing.
It was like we have to find a way to get someone to be killed.
I totally agree with you. That scene was only to give Grey Worm the anger as well, because it made him turn. When they all put their swords down, Grey Worm took his fucking staff and just went to town.
Wouldn't it have been more impactful
if it was Grey Worm?
Grey Worm was the one that got his head chopped off.
Totally agree.
And she turned.
Who?
Missandei.
No.
And Missandei turned from a pacifist and decided to kill people. Like she went with Jon, and she was with Jon and Tyrion and them.
No, she
goes into the thing and
she's not a fighter
somebody.
though.
But wouldn't that have been more impactful though? That the loss of him made her so distraught that now she has to kill for revenge to get back. I would have been more.
I don't agree.
I think that would have been more impactful.
I would say this: Grey Worm dying
would have been more reason for Dany
because she would have saw Missandei break down, and saying that you're hurting my fam. This is my family. You killed my dragon. Yeah. You killed one of my leaders. Now.
Well, also like the general of like a group of soldiers.
I think that would have been more impactful.
Because then Missandei could have taken over as the lead of the Unsullied and took them in. That's what I was thinking.
Possibly. But
it would have been more intense that way.
I think it was convoluted that she's the only one that got off the boat.
They told her to get onto a skiff. She doesn't know how to row a skiff away from the other boats that are the bad guys.
Yeah, it was weird. It was
like
very
everyone else
forced.
made it to the shore.
Except for her.
Except for her, who was in a boat. She couldn't make it to the skiff, there.
I know. It was very forced, that whole scene.
Kind of along the lines of when they blow up the dragon destroys all the boats, and Greyjoy gets off the boat and magically gets to that one point where Jaime is.
Yes.
Like he swims to the exact same spot.
They happen to see each other, and they have the...
Oh, hey, fancy running into you here.
Yeah, that was kind of weird, too. And Jaime got stabbed in the side. He's limping. Twice. He gets to Cersei, and he's walking fine.
And then he's all of a sudden just a little bit less limpy.
Right.
But he's, like, internally bleeding because he's, like, been...
Yes, stabbed.
Basically.
With the dagger.
He's been skewered, but he's fine.
I mean, it was...
He lasted a long time.
He did.
It was a long time of bleeding.
It was the love of Cersei that got him there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, whole stuff was a little... It was fun,
There's a lot of...
It was questionable.
As Claire said, there's a lot of just, like, we need to wrap up loose ends stuff going on.
Well, it does feel a little rushed.
It does. It feels like there's a lot of, like, we got to get this taken care of. Let's just make this happen.
Yeah. I will say the Hound in the mountain fight was pretty fun to watch. It was very epic.
Watching Arya be, like, the Glenn of Game of Thrones this episode was kind of, like, okay, stop.
What do you mean the Glenn? She wasn't the Glenn.
Well, she was, like, remember when Glenn was in the episode of Walking Dead? I don't know if you were still watching at the time. But there was an episode of Walking Dead before Glenn got his head bashed in.
Yes, I watched it before.
It was the episode where he climbed underneath the dumpster.
Yes.
But there was, like, before that, it was like, Glenn almost died here. Glenn almost died there. Glenn almost died here.
Yes.
Glenn almost died there.
Yes.
It was the same kind of thing. Arya got blown up here. Arya almost died here. The fire almost got Arya there. Arya got thrown to this part. Then she's like gets into a horse and rides away. It's like, all right.
It was beautifully. It was beautifully shot.
Blowing her up.
No, it was to show the impact of what was happening on the ground, which they could have
done with anybody.
They could have stuck with Jon
or the girl that was in the beginning of the episode. That was the girl that got
fried with her mom.
With her mom.
Well, I think they wanted to
Pompeyed with her mom.
They said on the after thing, they talked about that. They didn't just want to show just show these people getting killed.
Which they don't show on any HBO. They don't show on the actual network anymore.
Oh,
they don't show those.
It was like a 5-minute thing.
Like I only saw it when we were at the hotel after the wedding. We stayed because we watched that episode.
Yeah.
The episode before this one there. And then we saw like the thing afterwards. I'm like, oh, I didn't know those things still existed. So if I had watched the whole season of HBO Go, I would have gotten that extra little.
Yeah,
but if you don't watch it, if you watch on actual HBO,
they don't have that.
Throw that on there.
Oh.
It just goes to the next show.
I watch them every week,
which is very annoying.
They're fun. I mean,
they're great because they show explain things and they catch things.
They explained that they didn't want to just show civilians getting killed; it would get boring too quickly, and they wanted to show you someone that you care about trying to make it out, and it was Arya, and that's why they stuck with Arya. I enjoyed it. I thought it was beautifully shot, and it was very depressing just seeing like the ash and everybody fried.
Yeah.
And that white horse was the horse the general was on the very beginning with the very nice hair.
The guy from the Golden Company.
Yes, the Golden Company gets stabbed in the back by Grey Worm.
Yeah.
That was his horse.
Yeah.
And you know what's weird? The first thing I said to Allison, I'm like, well, a white horse usually symbolizes death, or there's a symbol behind
White
it.
Walker.
No, the White Walkers are totally gone.
I know, but the White Walkers had white horses.
Yeah, which would symbolize death.
Yes.
But Arya gets on that horse and rides away, which to me thinks she is death. Like she is going.
She is now the Night King.
She's going to take down Dany because Jon Snow, as much as we want him to have that kill, I think you're right.
He's kind of a pussy.
No, he's got morals.
He's kind of just I think he's. Just
I would not say he's a pussy at all.
No, I mean when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like the whole thing with the Night King, he was just like
he has a conscience.
He's like he thinks too much.
He's heavy-hearted.
Yes.
He's just like Ned Stark. He is someone who will take his soldiers into battle, but has a heavy heart doing it.
Yeah.
He himself.
Well, like he was one that was like calling for the retreat.
Right. Because he's not going to kill civilians.
No.
He's not a heartless killer.
Yeah.
He's someone. He's like someone that's like,
Which then turned to me was
I
like,
gotta have the battle, but I feel bad doing it
like that whole thing, like with the Unsullied doing it made sense
because they're
when they
warriors.
just like turned and just started killing everybody.
Yeah.
But it was like the other random soldiers that they had brought from the north.
Well, they had the Thraki was in there too.
Well, Dothraki too. But I'm saying those
They wanted to start raping people.
Yes, those two groups were fine. I understand their craziness, but just like the random other soldiers, like just like jumped into it too. Like, yeah, cool, let's just kill random people.
Mob mentality.
It just kind of just like.
And
that
plus,
part was
their
kinda
queen. They saw their queen doing it. They're like,
Like, I know,
right.
but they're like the North folk. They're like kind of like
Well,
John's guys.
Yeah, but also
Like that part where they're like he's the one guy's pulling the girl, trying to pull her back, and John stops the guy. And
Yes.
like the guy like goes after John, he kills him.
Yeah.
I was like, that just like, seemed like a random. If it was like an Unsullied guy or something like that, it would make.
But
more
Unsullied was not going to rape anybody because they don't
sense. They don't
have
have any penises. I
Right.
get that, but it just seemed like kind of like a weird.
a weird time to start raping people.
Yeah.
Is when
There's
a dragon is
flying around. Why
lighting
would
up
you
the
be
place.
trying to? Wouldn't you be just turning and running as well?
No, they just want to kill.
I'm not gonna discriminate against what it catches on fire.
I think John realized what's going on, obviously, and then you have the core group that are characters that join John to help these people get out. So I think it's Civil War. This next episode, Civil War.
Yeah.
You're pitting each other against each other now, and you're gonna have John's fraction against Danny's fraction.
But I don't think it's gonna be like a full blown civil war like we think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be more of like an espionage, civil war, like
Yeah.
a cloak and dagger kind of civil war. So they showed that little clip at the end of the episode, where it's like next episode, Game of Thrones.
It was just little clips that
It was
mean
like
nothing.
the three of them, Davos, Tyrion, and John, like walking
Right.
into like the
It was so
scene
funny.
from Star Wars where all the stormtroopers standing in front of the Emperor.
Yeah, last
Like,
week everybody saw the
a very Star
preview
Wars
and they
scene.
saw Tyrion walk in front of a dragon. Everybody, there's gonna be a fourth dragon, and everybody's like on this.
Oh,
fourth...
like there was like a thing like Drogon when he disappeared went and had other dragons.
Right, and then you see what's his face on the boat putting his head up to
Block
and
the
like,
sun.
It's a fourth. I'm like, oh come on, it wasn't a
Yeah.
fourth, and it wasn't.
It wasn't.
There's no there was no proof.
Yeah.
That would have been that would have been like crazy.
That'd have been even more nuts.
That would have been.
More
I would
dragons.
not have liked that. Here's a fourth dragon out of nowhere. Yeah. It is crazy that Danny's dragon went from like
Both
useless,
dragons being useless, not being able to avoid anything,
and then
all of a sudden being able to like avoid everything.
well, her dragon all of a sudden became a power up, and it was just like
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
But I think
Well, because I think it was the angles.
yes, it went up in the sun.
It played the angles.
Right, they were low
Yes.
last time. Those things aren't arches.
It had the high ground.
It had the high ground. It went as high up as possible.
Yes. And then dived in.
It came from the sun.
Yeah.
So that's why he
blinded
couldn't.
their look.
He couldn't see what was going on.
Yeah.
He flew. The dragon just flew down, and lit him up.
Stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we had seen a scene where they talked about strategy, it would have made that scene better because a lot of people were just like, "How the hell did that work?
Yeah.
Like it didn't work before."
Yeah. Like it all of a sudden was able to get all the scorpions off the top of the
Right.
city without anyone
No problem.
noticing that it was coming.
No problem.
Yeah.
Scenes that I think that would have made this episode better is if this season was longer.
Yeah.
If we could
Like
have had
back
a few
when-
more episodes.
Back when they told Sansa and Arya the Jon story, like who Jon really was, and they just kind of just like skipped past it. Like they just showed him turn to Bran and go,
Everybody wanted-
you tell them, and then like
Yes.
there's like no
like
The
reaction.
payoff would have been seeing the reaction of Sansa and Arya to that information.
Yeah, we got it. We didn't get it.
Yeah,
It was weird.
yeah.
Everybody, it was so funny. Everybody's like, "Why didn't we get that? It
Yeah.
would have been great."
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of like, this scene could have made that scene better.
Yeah. I get it. I'm still entertained. I'm still enjoying it. It's still
Yeah.
one of the best shows on television. I totally, I mean, it's phenomenal what they've done.
Yeah.
But this season just feels rushed, and it sucks because it shouldn't take away the phenomenal 7 seasons before it.
No.
Is this the 8th season? Or is
This is a season.
yeah, or something like. It should not take away what they have done.
Exactly.
It's an amazing work of art from beginning to end, but it sucks. Like I get it because when you watch a race, you care about who won, the
Yes,
finish line.
exactly.
It's the last episode.
Getting there.
It's the make it or break it for a series. Seinfeld, one of the greatest sitcoms of all time.
Sopranos.
People hate the ending. Sopranos, one of the greatest shows of all time.
People hate the ending.
People hated the ending.
Cheers.
Did people hate that ending?
People hated the ending because it's just like the guy just walks up to the door.
Well, Sam's
like,
says we're closed.
Sorry, we're closed. And that was how the show ended.
How else was it going to end?
It was just like,
there was no other way.
What are you talking about?
Um,
Scrubs had a whole season that no one wanted to watch.
Right.
Community.
One thing Yahoo. It's still one of. I'm actually going into the last 6 season. I'm rewatching. I love that show. It's one of my favorite shows. So anyway, endings are hard.
Yes.
Now here are my Lost ending. People hated that or loved it.
They were in purgatory the whole time.
They were not. I knew you were going to say it. The one ending I will say.
Twin Peaks was fantastic. It was the greatest ending in television history.
It ended on a cliffhanger.
Ben Durant. It's not a community college.
It ended on a cliffhanger. Season 2 and season 3 gave us not an ending. I would say
greatest show of all time. Ben Durant. It's not a community college.
One of the best endings to a series, in my opinion, and a lot of people was Breaking Bad.
Yes.
I didn't hear many complaints about that at all.
Yes.
Like that ending happened, and universally, a lot of people liked it.
Speaking of shows ending, what are you guys gonna do once you get through all these David Lynch things? Do you guys have a philosophy for this, or have you guys discussed that yet with your other show?
Why is there a Game of Thrones?
Well, I know because we were just talking about finales, and you guys have pretty much finale'd everything, haven't you?
Oh, there's still stuff going on. It's gonna go.
So I've mentioned it to Ben a couple times. Like, what are you guys still talking about? Isn't this show over?
We got movies. We got stuff.
And he just had a loss of one of the characters. I saw that was
Peggy
crazy.
Lipton died.
Rashada Jones's
mom.
Rashida Jones's mom.
Yeah, Peggy Lipton.
Yeah, and then Doris Day passed away like right after that, and then Tim Conway.
Tim
passed away
Conway.
yesterday.
It always goes in threes, man.
Yeah,
always in threes. Seriously,
threes.
I was just like, okay, 2 people died. Where's the third?
Yeah,
and Tim
Conway.
Conway, one of the phenomenal
man of all time.
improvists.
Oh yeah.
I mean, holy shit, Carol Burnett show.
Yes.
I mean, I loved that as a kid. Like I used to watch reruns.
Growing up for me, my favorite comedians when I was really young, because my grandparents were like I used to hang out with my grandfather and my dad's dad, and their like favorite comedians were Don Rickles, Tim Conway, like that generation of comedians.
Yeah.
So I like really got into those guys when I was really young. So like he was like the last of that breed, so to speak. Him and Bob Newhart as well, another one in that.
Well, he's still alive.
Yeah. But I'm saying of that genre, like Bob Newhart's like the last man standing kind of. But like Jerry Lewis, like that whole like genre of comedians was just like amazing that there was that many funny people all at one time.
Well, there's still a lot of funny people.
No, I'm saying, but just like, but back then it seemed like
How
it was.
dare we have so many funny people? There's a lot of funny people.
I'm saying back then it was more of like, I don't know if you saw them more, or they were more like they weren't like as readily available as they are now.
Well, yes, we have social media.
Yeah, but like back then it was like you only saw them on like
TV.
the Johnny Carson show.
That's it.
Yeah, like those certain shows. They
You
had
only
variety
saw them on
shows.
TV. Yeah, variety. Everybody
Yeah.
had a variety show. Everybody was on late night.
Yeah.
That's the only time you'd see these people.
Yeah,
I mean,
Ronnie
now
Dangerfield, that whole group.
you go on YouTube, you can watch anything.
Yeah,
So it doesn't matter.
Netflix, there's a new comedy special.
They
every
shit
other
out
day,
a
it
new
seems.
comedy special every day.
Yeah, Amy Schumer, I think, has had like 17 in the past like 2 months. Seems like
She had
and
one.
she's not even that funny.
We watched her last one. Was pretty funny.
Adam Sandler's was really good.
I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. Speaking of streaming services,
Disney bought Hulu.
they didn't buy Hulu. They bought up everyone's stock
Yes.
except for NBC, Universal. So Disney. What happened was
They have the majority stake in Hulu now.
they do, but they have full control for the next 5 years.
Yes.
And then if Disney says, okay, after 5 years, we're going to revert it back to NBC Universal, they can.
Yeah.
But then in 5 years, if they say, no, we're going to continue with it, then they will buy up the rest of the share.
Which they will.
Share. We don't know.
Yeah.
But,
More content for Disney Plus.
well, no.
I'm
Hulu
just
is
kidding,
still going to get all the content that they're getting. Nothing's going to change.
I know. I'm just.
Which is good because I use
everything is
Hulu.
Controlled by the mouse.
I use Hulu a lot more than anything else.
Bow down to your mouse overlord.
I am happy that we
But
are
I'm right.
we're going
to said from the beginning that Disney's taking over everything.
No, I am happy. I am right that Star Wars is getting a 3-year break. Thank God, in movies. I would even be happy for an 8-year break.
No, I don't know about that.
No, they already announced it. They already said
I don't know
in
about 8-year break, but a 3-year break I could handle.
They're doing a 2022.
Yeah. Well, it takes a while to film these things. It's not like they're.
Well, the creators of
They gotta
Game of Thrones.
They got to write them.
They're already working on it.
They got to write these things.
They're already working on the next.
Well, I'm saying you actually have to finish them. It's not like you can just.
Oh, interesting.
Whip them out.
Because I remember like a couple months ago you argue, no, they're already making them, Brian. They already got these new trilogies. I'm like, no, they don't.
Well, no, but what's his face had his pretty much done. The guy that directed Last Jedi, but then they dropped his.
No, he's still doing one.
Well, I thought there was which one did they drop? Someone got dropped. There was another one that they were going to do, but they ended up dropping it.
No, the director of The Rise of the Skywalker. He left, and then J.J. Abrams came back.
That's what I'm thinking of.
But Ryan Johnson and the guys from Game of Thrones are making their trilogy.
2 separate ones.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
The Game of Thrones guys, theirs comes out first.
I mean, it's not like you're not going to have Star Wars. Mandalorian's coming out.
I'm excited for Mandalorian. I don't really care about a prequel of a prequel.
I'll give you my Disney Plus account stuff, so don't worry about it.
No. I don't care about the prequel of a prequel of Rogue One character.
Well, the spy part of it might be cool. It's just a Cassian.
Maybe. I hope it's good.
The Cassian story.
And then they announced a third TV show. They haven't said what it's going to be, though.
Yeah.
But they announced it over the weekend. They said there's going to be a third one in the works.
Yeah.
Mandalorian, I'm very excited. Something different.
Yeah.
I don't know how I care about a prequel. I don't know. Maybe it's good. I don't know. But I want
Well,
time.
basically doing that with Loki, the Loki show.
See, I'm not.
Prequel and a prequel.
I'm probably not going to watch any of those shows. I just need a break.
Winter Soldier Falcon one should be really good because it'll be Captain America.
If it takes place in that timeline,
where else would it take place?
It could be multiverse.
It's not going to be multiverse.
There's multiverse.
I know. Don't get me started with this thing. I think it's all a ruse.
In the Spider-Man trailer,
I think it's all a ruse.
Multiverses.
I don't think it's real. I don't think he's actually from the multiverse.
You think
he's Mysterio?
He's messing with them?
Yes.
Maybe.
I think the whole thing is a Mysterio thing.
They're
just trying to make the layman think that's like
he's manipulating Spider-Man
and everyone else. I think he's it's a whole thing.
Right. I agree.
I don't think there's no multiverse whatsoever. I think it's all just a thing to get all the nerds to be like, oh, the multiverse is in the canon.
What if it is?
And then they're going to be like, no, it was just a ruse. And then they'll be like, oh, that's stupid. I hate this movie.
I'm excited for Spider-Man.
I'm excited for Spider-Man. The trailer is epic.
And that's the trailer.
The real trailer.
They should have gave us that after Endgame. They should never.
It is now.
I know.
After the embargo, it is on the end of Endgame. It was originally supposed to be on the end of Endgame.
Yeah, but they should not.
But they
have
said
put
they
the
didn't want to do it until after they did that. Don't spoil the Endgame thing. They waited like a 2-week time period.
I know what they did.
So they didn't put it at the end of that movie because they didn't want people to be like leaking the trailer online.
Yes,
from
but
watching Endgame.
We got a Spider-Man trailer months ago that had Nick Fury in it.
But it didn't have like the Tony Stark stuff.
But it had
well, we all
Happy,
knew they were coming back.
We had Happy saying you're on your own now.
It's
and which
Spider-Man
was like,
movie.
Tony Stark's gonna die.
Not say that he was gonna die. They just said like you're now like have to do your own thing. We're not gonna
They messed up. That trailer should never have
come
out.
No one got that but until after the movie.
We all got it.
No one got it. You did not get it.
Yes, we all did.
You're just revisionist historying it.
Yep.
Trying to act like you know what you're talking about.
Dude, come on.
I can tell by looking at you. Folks in the non-visual universe here that can't see what's going on. Brian does this thing where if he starts lying, he gets a little red in the face and he gets a goofy smile on his face.
No.
So that's what you're doing right now. And that's not nice to do to people.
You can go back in all the podcasts and listen. I've always said they should not have put that trailer out.
Well, I know, but you didn't know Tony Stark was going to die.
Yes, but we knew something was going to happen. Why would Happy say you're on your own?
Because he's going overseas by himself.
And why is Nick Fury there? He's gone.
Because it's a movie based off a character that disappeared.
Why are all the kids from Spider-Man the same age? It's 5 years later. They all went into snapping?
Yes. Yes.
They all.
Yes.
All those kids.
Yep.
Oh, man.
They're part of the half of the universe that disappeared.
I guess so. Their parents must be like, you guys didn't age at all.
Well, no, because they knew that they were gone.
Well, if you were here, you knew they were gone.
Yeah.
But we don't know who left or not. Was that whole school snapped?
Well, the kids that he was friends with.
They're all probably like, man, you guys haven't. They got to make a point to say. They're gonna say something.
I'm gonna say something like we haven't seen you in like where'd you go
for 5 years or something.
Where'd you go? We didn't know it was 5 years. You've like not graduating with their own class. That's why they're all just together.
Right.
So probably like some like special class for snapping kids.
I'm excited for Spider-Man.
Me too.
It's so funny because both showings.
I'm not thrilled with Jake Gyllenhaal being Mysterio, but besides that,
both showings he got the biggest applause, which was really cool. Like we saw it on Sunday.
Oh yeah,
people want ape shit.
Yeah, because he was the most like one of the most like devastating disappearances.
Yeah, people fucking loved it.
Yeah,
it's great. I get chills just thinking about it. It's so fun.
Yeah, rewatching it again a second time, I caught a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was able to concentrate on things.
Me too. Because I didn't have someone
like at the very end where they have
the
thing I thought of was at the very end where it's Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch are standing on the shore there, and they're talking, and it's like to me the first time I watched it didn't make sense when she's like, oh, they both, but I was like, oh, Quicksilver.
Yeah, that's why she's like, you took a lot from me, and he's like, I don't even know who you are.
No, but I'm saying at the end of Endgame.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, at the Thanos. Gotcha.
Yes. Well, he took away Vision from her,
and
well, Age of Ultron really took away Quicksilver, but he killed Vision.
Yes, that's what she was mad about.
Right. So she lost.
And we get the Scarlet Witch Vision show.
Right.
On the Disney Plus as well.
Yeah, and that's supposedly coming out the end of this year.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited for Mandalorian, man.
Yeah.
I will watch Mandalorian definitely. But
I'll give you my sign-in stuff. Don't worry.
I'm sure they're going to be a free 15-day trial. They have to.
Your first month free kind of thing?
Oh, probably. They got to get people to sign up.
Yeah.
I will watch Mandalorian.
And
that's
cancel it.
Yeah, I don't need
until the second season of Mandalorian.
Yeah, probably. There's too many streaming services. And there's a bunch of shows I'm not even watching, so
There's not that many streaming services. Like if you don't
there
have
really
to have them,
is.
There's a lot of them, but you don't have to have them all.
No, but there really is a lot of streaming services.
Yeah, there
now.
is. I'm not saying, I wasn't disagreeing.
I'm not saying you have to have them.
Yes.
I'm just saying I have my core, and that's it.
Like I have Netflix.
Yes.
And Amazon Prime, which I don't really watch anything on.
Who the fuck uses Amazon Prime? There's nothing on Amazon Prime.
I don't really know what the point of it is. There's certain things like randomly, but not like
we have Amazon Prime. I went on Amazon Prime app.
I get Amazon Prime Video because you have the Amazon Prime.
Yes, it comes with the Amazon Prime.
So it's not like you have to pay anything extra.
But you go, oh, so I can watch all these movies, and you're like, no, they cost money.
Yeah.
But I go on Netflix and I can
watch
them.
the same movie for free.
Right. It's redundant.
You can watch like random shows that they've like.
None of their shows are good.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Marvelous Miss Mabel is good, but I haven't watched it.
I'm not going to put forth
the weird thing about that show, I'm sure it's a great show. I haven't watched it, so I don't know. And one day I would like to. But I only feel we hear about that show when it's award season, which makes me to believe Amazon's paying a lot of effing money.
Yes, to promote that show for Amazon
for award season. Because when it's not award season, nobody talks about it. Right.
There's no one going like, you know what you really need to watch? Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah.
No one's ever said that to me ever.
Right. So
Never heard anyone online. No one on Facebook is ever like, man, I just watched the last season of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and it was fantastic.
Right.
Nothing.
But
everyone's like, oh man, I just watched the last season of Lucifer that was picked up on Netflix from Fox and it was fucking awesome.
I haven't heard anybody say that either.
I just did.
Did you watch it?
I did. I just finished it last night.
Oh.
It was good.
I watched one episode and I couldn't get into it.
Yeah. It's all on Netflix now.
Yeah. I won't watch it.
Got canceled on Fox.
I know. I heard it all from John. I watched the last episode with John and Jeremy.
Yeah.
And I was just like bored.
Well, you have to see from the beginning. It's not like it's one of those shows.
It's not my type of show. I'll be honest, it's not my type of show. I didn't really care.
Yeah.
Not every show is made for everybody. It's okay.
Yeah. Speaking of shows that got canceled, that show What's Her Face from Walking Dead got canceled. Whiskey Cavalier.
Oh.
Yeah.
That should probably be back in Walking Dead.
She'll be back in Walking Dead next season.
Speaking of a show I don't watch anymore.
Walking Dead.
That show is The Walking Dead. Just put it out of its misery.
Yeah.
You see, like, Andrew Lincoln's regretting that he left the show.
He can come back. He took off on a helicopter. He can come back.
So stupid.
He can come back.
Speaking of which, that show's just got to end.
I randomly saw
just end it.
like online someone or something was posted about like, cause like if you watch like one thing on YouTube, like the next time you go on, it shows like other things that you've watched that correlate with this. Like I saw like because I'd watched like one of the Norman Reedus Ride episodes because it had someone on there that I wanted to watch. Can't remember what it was now. But so it like had like a clip of like the end of one of the last season. I guess they were battling some guy with a mask on or something. I don't know.
The Whisperers, right?
Yeah, something like that. I have no idea.
Which to me boggles my mind because if you dress as a walker, you're gonna get mowed down by someone. But they're like, no. I'm like, well, yes. If I have a machine gun and I see a bunch of walkers, I'm taking them down.
Not gonna indiscriminately be like, hey, that guy looks like he's talking to me.
Right.
That guy's gonna survive.
He's whispering to me.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, because in the comic book they were like, they were like really like useless characters. If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I haven't even read the comic book anymore. I stopped reading the comic book.
Yeah.
But
I will have to say, if we go back to an old episode of this show, we had Wally and Matt Ryan on, and Wally he actually warned us and said. He called it the Dragging Dead because it just continued. And we're like, no!
Yeah.
And then I'm like, thinking back, going, he was so right.
Yeah.
It's just going to go on forever.
Because after you get through Negan, there's really nothing else. There's no, like, they haven't really, like, come up with another big bad that was worth being a part of.
And you're literally just watching.
You're watching people you care about die. It's all you do. It's basically all this show is.
Yes. But it's
like, here, you want to get attached to somebody? Now they're dead.
Watch, rinse, repeat.
Yes.
Watch, rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
It's like the same beats over and over and over again. They're not doing anything to shake it up. That's why I got bored.
And the show itself had to be different than the comic book because in the comic book you can eliminate people easily because it's just a comic book.
Yeah.
But in a TV show, people get attached to a certain actor or character, or a certain actor or character gets paid a certain amount of money that they can't just be eliminated.
Yeah.
So like a Norman Reedus or Andrew Lincoln or the 4 or 5 main characters that can't die unless they like go to college or
right.
decide they don't want to do the show anymore.
This is why when I watched Game of Thrones for the first time, I was like, this is what Walking Dead should be.
Yeah.
This is amazing. They don't care. If you're going to die, you're going to die.
Yeah.
The show is absolutely amazing. And then you watch Walking Dead, you're like, oh, God. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
In the beginning, you know, I liked the first couple of seasons.
It was good.
It just wore thin.
It just kept going. And the zombies don't die.
No.
Which makes no sense.
Remember the flu? When they all got sick in the prison? And they had the zombies with the bleeding eyes, and everybody got sick.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, so that never happened again? Like, what was that all about? I
also just don't understand how the zombies are still, like, around.
They had winter happen.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
It snowed, and they had zombies hiding in the snow. Yeah. And I'm like, Game of Thrones did that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Also, wouldn't a big snowstorm take these things out? They cannot walk in snow.
No.
They would just fall over and freeze.
And after a while, the body just decomposes.
Right.
So how is there still like full-bodied zombies walking around?
Yeah, at this point, they should be nothing.
They should be like the Game of Thrones zombies, like skin and bones.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
But it hasn't happened. And that's
another thing. And they're in Georgia where it's hot and sweaty.
Yes.
They'd be decomposing
quicker,
and it would smell.
Yes.
You would smell the rotting before you would actually see them coming.
A lot of loopholes in the old Walking Dead.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I mean, they don't know it's Georgia. They don't there's no like street signs that say "Welcome to Georgia."
And they got Fear of the Walking Dead starting up again, which I didn't know was like the 5th, 6th season. I was like, what?
I didn't even. How does that happen?
How is this?
Ugh, I watched the first one and it was like,
how is time moving this quickly?
I don't know. It's scary.
6 seasons?
Like, how does this go so long?
How is this show still on?
Ugh.
Yeah, it's crazy. Wow. I know.
Okay.
We're getting old.
That happened.
I know. Holy shit. What were we talking about? Spider-Man?
Spider-Man Far From Home.
What the hell?
It happens. It's been a while.
That's in July. That comes out in July. What?
Godzilla comes out before that.
We're going to see Godzilla at the end of May.
Before that, though, you're going to see Brightburn.
Yes.
What is the stick with Brightburn? It's just like a kid who has superpowers?
It's basically if an alien landed like Superman.
Yeah.
But wasn't your friendly Superman.
It was a bad Superman?
Yeah. He starts killing people. It looks pretty cool. Hour and a half, which is amazing because I'm kind of excited to see an hour and a half movie.
Get it done quick. Get out the door.
Starts at 9:30. probably with previews.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
11:30.
Previews are getting out of hand.
Yeah. Well, the previews before Endgame were just ridiculous. Like watching
20
a full
minutes.
movie. It's like a full movie before you get to the movie.
Yeah. I'm so glad we did Endgame early.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I would have been exhausted.
We went to a theater in Niagara Falls, a Regal Cinemas in Niagara Falls area, and it was like the smallest little like if you go to somewhere that's not a metropolitan area.
Yeah, nice little theater.
Yeah, like a ho hum theater.
Yeah.
But it was just so tiny and small. Watching it on a screen like that, it was just kind of strange.
I like those theaters.
Like a small little 2D screen.
Yeah.
It was strange. It was like seeing it at the second run. Reminded me of the old Suffield.
Oh, the Suffield Theater, $5
yeah.
or $2 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that place.
Yeah.
Because I saw so many movies I want to see again in that
Yeah.
theater because it was out of the Enfield Theater.
Yeah.
Lion King.
I mean, there's Agawam
Forrest
now,
Gump.
but I mean, they just kind of do more.
I'm not going to try to Agawam, though.
Yeah.
Suffield Theater was awesome because the pizza place was right there.
Yeah, it was. It was.
It was all connected.
Yeah.
It's such a shame it's gone.
Yeah, that was good times.
It was a cool theater.
That's where I saw E.T. for the first time.
Yeah.
Bawled my eyes out.
Yeah. You know?
Yep. That's where I saw Return of the Jedi. That was the first Star Wars movie I saw in the theater.
Yeah, my mom remembers bringing me.
I went with
I
Hank.
was a kid.
My mom and Hank. I remember. It was like
I don't
86. But I remember sitting in the theater and watching it.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the last Star Wars movie.
Oh, man.
I just want a break. I just want to,
Yeah.
for movies.
Yeah.
The shows are different.
Yeah.
But movies, I need time to breathe. I
Yeah.
just want to relax a little bit. Also, it is kind of scary, though. A
We
lot
have the
of...
land opening,
Huh?
which I'm going to next year.
Are you?
Yes.
You got your ticket?
No.
Oh. How much is it? When's it officially opening?
It opens in Disney World the end of August.
I gotta see. I want to go, but oh wait.
Yeah. I'm going to
Yeah,
go
but-
next year around this time. Not this time of year, but
Yeah, but how are you?
September,
I'm sure they're
October.
gonna sell out, or they're gonna be packed for months.
well, I know. I'm going next year.
But tickets haven't gone on sale yet.
It's just part of the park.
Are you talking about the land?
Yes.
I'm so confused. Isn't the land like?
Star Wars Land is inside Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, but what's this whole thing of the immersing? You stay there, all that.
That's
stuff.
the hotel.
Oh, all right, all right.
they're
So it's
building
separate.
separate.
Gotcha. I don't know.
Yeah. They're building a hotel on the other side.
All right.
Like, you've been to Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
Like the part where Muppets 3D is.
Mm-hmm.
That's one entrance. And then there's another entrance inside Toy Story Land
Yep.
that they just built.
Oh, okay.
So that's like where the actual land is.
Yeah.
And then there's that road that goes next to Hollywood Studios. Then across that road is where the hotel's going to be.
Mm.
And you're going to be, or in that area, it's going to be like in the parking lot of Hollywood Studios. So you're going to check into the hotel. It's only a 2-story hotel. There's only like 44 rooms, they said.
It's gonna be
It's going to be expensive.
and be filled up quick.
Yeah, it's going to be like.
44
they're only doing
rooms?
they're only doing reservations for 3 to 5 days. That's all you can reserve for.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
So they only do is like you have like an adventure that you do for
Yeah.
those amount of days.
Yeah.
So you go check in regularly, like
Mm-hmm.
you're checking in at a regular hotel, and then you get put into the shuttle, which is just like a huge elevator, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes you like it's a certain kind of elevator that like moves across the ground
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to up. And then you transition into the space station,
Ooh.
and then you get sent to your
Your
you get sent
pod.
to your spaceship,
Yeah.
and then you get sent to your pod for where you're going to be, and then there's all the
Wow.
stuff in there that you can do, and then you do have adventures inside Batu,
Mm-hmm.
which is Galaxy's Edge,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to have like a enclosed shuttle that'll take you from the spaceship down like a landing craft
My God.
down to the surface.
Yeah. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's like there's like a whole. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah, but they're not even like barely started building that yet.
Yeah,
so.
that's gonna take a while.
Yeah, so I think they're like 2000. I think they said 22. I think it's gonna open 22, 23.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, the new Star Wars saga will be starting. Then.
Yeah. So there you go.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous.
And then for Galaxy's Edge, only opening half the land
Right.
when it first opens, because the Millennium Falcon ride is going to be open, but not the Rise of the Resistance ride. So,
I will say I have a little reserve. I have a little nervousness.
Reservations.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Yes.
Because of the new saga, whatever, the new trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the two guys from Game of Thrones are going to be writing it.
Yes.
They haven't announced directors yet.
Or who that's going to be about, or actors or anything.
Well, yeah, it's a whole new thing. Why I'm nervous is...
But is there going to be any story combined with these characters?
Oh, no. It sounds...
Like
no.
Ray and Finn and those guys?
No. Skywalker trilogy ends with this.
Well, I know that's the Skywalker part of it, but are there characters
all
still
brand
go
new?
On to a new...
Brand new. No, Ray and everybody's gone. This is going to be brand new. I mean, there's could be possibly you might see one or two, but this is completely brand new. I also heard Old Republic being thrown around.
I've heard that too.
But why?
I can see the Game of Thrones guys doing that.
But why I'm scared is because these guys are very talented and they used source material for Game of Thrones. So it's not like they came up with everything themselves. What makes me nervous is if you look in their IMDb's, one of the guys wrote X-Men Origins.
Yes.
Not the best movie. It was all right.
Well, it wasn't a terrible movie.
It was a step forward from...
Yeah. Gave it Deadpool.
Wait, was Origins the one with that? Or am I thinking the Samurai one? What was the Origins? What was X-Men?
X-Men Origins Wolverine?
Yeah.
That was the Deadpool one.
Yeah, so I have...
You're thinking Wolverine.
That was the
Samurai one.
Which was a step forward.
Yes.
Origins wasn't good.
It wasn't awful.
It was awful! We all hated it. Don't start changing your mind now.
It gave us Deadpool.
Not the Deadpool we wanted.
No.
Or the Deadpool we needed.
No.
It was the worst Deadpool of all time. Deadpool himself killed Deadpool.
It was just a Deadpool.
I am just...
It started the path to Deadpool.
Listen, I'm holding back criticizing.
Yeah.
I'm hoping these two together could be good.
Judge someone off their previous work. Especially when their next work after that was Game of Thrones.
Like I said, Game of Thrones, they didn't come up with themselves. They had source material to work off.
They had source material for Wolverine, too.
And they still fucked it up.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're batting 50%. So...
Listen, I'm holding...
source material, if they're doing Old Republic, there's plenty of source material.
We don't know. Let me Google this. I'm holding judgment until in 3 years. I don't
think they've announced which one's doing which. I think they just said they're working on things.
I'm just a little skeptical. Let's see.
Because Rian Johnson's working on another trilogy.
Yes.
As well.
Right. But that's going to come after the Game of Thrones guys.
What do you got there? What have we found? Anything good?
Hold on. Every new Star Wars movie confirmed so far and more. We know this one's... the Rian Johnson trilogy... Ben Upwise, two Star Wars series, unknown.
Reading.
Meh, this article sucks. They just announced.
So I don't think they have like the actual like what's happening when and where yet.
Here we go. No, we know that.
Yeah, Rise of the Skywalker.
To be announced.
Rian Johnson trilogy.
And then the Game of Thrones guys.
Yeah, are doing a trilogy as well. Based off of nothing yet. They haven't told us what it's based off yet. It's basically what the genetic...
I don't think we're not going to know anything
You're not
until...
You're not going to know anything until it gets closer.
Right.
It's all about Rise of the Skywalker right now.
Yeah, which it should be.
Yeah.
I just hope it's good. I just wish we had more time in between movies. It sucks. Like I said before, I think these guys are talented. I think the whole series of Game of Thrones is amazing. Yes, the season has problems because it feels rushed. Yes. But that being said, I think they'll do a good job with Star Wars. It just... I don't know. 3 years is a good time, I guess.
Yeah.
I would want more. You got to build up that hype train again.
Well, you can. 3 years, it's a long time.
It is. But we're going to have some shows on
You're going to have
Disney+.
Mandalorian and other stuff going on.
Stuff.
So.
Which is fine. Have TV shows. I think that's great. We haven't had a great non-cartoon Star Wars TV show.
No.
Never. I mean, the Ewoks didn't count. Those were those movies of the week.
Yeah.
They were horrible.
Yeah,
I mean, as a kid, I watched them, and as a kid, I loved them, but as an adult,
Yeah.
All right, Mark.
All right.
It's been a show.
It's been a show.
We may be back next week. Monday, we should be back.
All right.
If I don't have... Yeah.
If not Monday, we can find another day in the week. Like did this one on a Thursday. We can go how the schedule goes.
Life is busy.
Also depends upon what they're doing with the floors here and all that. So
Yeah. But like, so what's your prediction for Game of Thrones? Who do you think is going to be?
Dany dies. Jon Snow dies. Sansa takes over the throne.
Dany dies.
Yep.
Arya is going to get another big win a kill under her belt.
Mm-hmm.
Jon Snow is going to sit on the throne. Why I think Jon Snow will not die is if we go full circle. The first season, Ned Stark died for doing the right thing.
Yeah.
To have Jon Snow die for doing the right thing would suck. I think he's redeeming his father. I think.
But
so
not
I
his
think.
father, though.
Well, technically not, but
Yes.
technically yes. He was like a son to him.
Yeah.
To him it was his father up until he found out the information.
Yes.
So I think Jon Snow's going to live. I know. I want to see how this plays out.
Yeah.
I'm glad we have different thoughts on this, but I think we all agree that Dany's going to have to die.
Yeah.
She basically became Hitler.
Yes.
She mass slaughtered everybody.
Yes.
I feel bad for all the people who named their
She
children
basically
after
became
her.
her dad. Basically.
Yes, that was the prophecy. He
Yeah.
wanted to. Jamie killed him before
he
he
was
did
able
it.
to, and
Able
she
to.
actually did it.
Right. The prophecy came
Yeah.
true.
Does Tyrion live or die?
Tyrion. You know what? He's so clever. I think he's going to live. He's very valuable because now that everybody else is gone, he's the only person that could be a great hand to the king or queen.
Yeah.
So even if Sansa became queen of some sort,
Yeah.
he would be her
Yeah.
with her. And I think of Jon Snow, but a part of me feels that Tyrion could die because Dany said to him, if you mess up,
one more time and he let Jamie go.
but here's the question: how would she know?
Because she goes back and finds out he got out.
Yeah, but how would they know that he did it? Who would say he did it in secret?
Well, Unsullied Guys reports back to the thing that Tyrion said
I
that
don't know.
need to get in to talk to his brother.
To see Tyrion die the last episode, I don't know. I feel like he's got to live. He knows all the secrets.
Yeah.
He's very powerful,
Yeah.
knowledge-wise.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Interesting. It'll be interesting.
It sucked that he snitched on what's his face?
Varys.
Varys.
He had to.
I don't think he had it too.
He had to. There's no other way it could have worked.
Did you get that in the beginning that he was
Yeah.
poisoning Dany
And he was trying to, yeah.
and she wasn't eating?
Yeah.
And he had that little girl.
That's why he had to have him killed.
But how did Dany know everything? That was weird.
Because Tyrion told him.
No, she goes, John, blah blah blah, and she basically said the entire thing, and he was just like, "Oh, you know," like she's like, "I know everything." Like, how the hell did she know all that? It was kind of weird. Like, who was spying on the spying? Like, who was telling her this?
Because I think she knew that Jon couldn't hold it in. He knew Jon would tell Sansa and Arya. There
Well,
was
she
no way he
basically
would've-
blames Tyrion. What's his name's death on Sansa. She
Yeah.
goes, "Oh, she's just as guilty as me because she's the one that blabbed."
Yeah. Because she's insane.
Yeah, was she paranoid? She's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see.
I'm interested to see how it all turns out.
I know. What should we end this show with? We'll end it
Let's
with
end it with what we got going on right there.
the Game of Thrones theme.
It's the big thing. It's happening this Sunday. We'll talk to you all
Next
Monday.
week.
We'll have a lot of stuff going on. I'll be at Leo's wedding on Saturday. I'll tell
Oh,
you all about that next week.
cool.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah. Good times. The wedding season is upon us.